You know, Ocarina of Time is one of those all-time classics. It's hard to find a Zelda fan that hates this game. Sure, it's not everybody's favourite, but you rarely see anybody who hates it. It's a timeless adventure and really helped define the series. It established key characters in a 3D environment for the first time ever, such as Link, Princess Zelda, Ganondorf, Impa, and even Link's iconic steed, Epona. But what if I told you that Link's trusty mount Epona belonged to the King of Evil himself, Ganondorf? Yup, that's right. Before Link acquired Epona as his own, the horse actually belonged to Ganondorf. And as strange as that sounds considering Link met this horse as a child, then took her on as his own as an adult, it's true. Be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here, and let's now tell the tale of the brief time Epona was Ganondorf's horse. To quickly set the scene / give some context to this story, Link first meets Epona at Lon Lon Ranch as a child. This beautiful ranch is run by Talon and Ingo, along with Talon's daughter, Malon. This place provides the finest milk in Hyrule and is also home to a range of majestic horses and other animals. This is long before Link can actually ride Epona across Hyrule, however, but they build a little connection here, and it's hinted at that this horse will play a role later. That, and we see her in the title screen. Not long after this, the whole jump in time 7 years ahead happens. Ganondorf takes over the Kingdom of Hyrule whilst Link is asleep inside the Chamber of Sages. Princess Zelda hides from Ganondorf disguised as this hot boy Sheik, and Castletown goes from this to this. Yeah. Things aren't great around Hyrule. That goes for Lon Lon Ranch as well. Ingo has kicked out Talon, but kept his daughter essentially against her will from what we can see. Jesus, that's messed up thinking about it now as a grown-up. Anyway, Malon tells us that ever since Ganondorf took over, things have been bad. If she disobeys Mr. Ingo, he will treat the horses badly. If we go and talk to the little weasel, he'll tell us that he booted Talon because he was weak and not hardworking enough. Along with going on and on about Ganondorf. Basically, this dude is sucking up to Ganondorf. He even mentions how he's going to present one of the fine horses to the King of Evil, but he doesn't specify which one. Yet. He's honestly quite rude at times too. I don't like this guy, we don't vibe. Link can pay 10 rupees for a 1-minute ride on the horses, and after some conversation, Ingo will actually challenge Link to a race, 1 lap, and wagers 50 rupees. If Link wins, Ingo will be so baffled that he's somehow lost and begins to quiver in fear of potential humiliation from Ganondorf. So he does what any logical person would do, admits defeat and pays Link. He wagers Epona for a rematch. Yup. Then, when Link wins that race, Ingo can't take it, and we see him say the following. What's up with that horse? Is that Epona? How did you tame that wild horse right under my nose? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf, but I bet it on the race, and lost. Shoot. Hold up. What was that? I was going to present that horse to the great Ganondorf. The way he words this implies that this was an already established plan. I was going to. He had it planned that Epona would be the horse to give away. I guess he wouldn't tell anyone something like that, but I guess it's the case. Following this, Ingo goes on to say, hahaha, as I promised, I'll give the horse to you. However, I'll never let you leave this ranch. Followed by him closing the gates. So Link is now the rightful owner of Epona, right? Well, Ingo's thinking here is that Link will want to leave eventually, thus leaving Epona, freeing her back up to Ganondorf. But no. Oh no. In epic fashion, Link and Epona can jump the perimeter fencing and escape, officially making Epona Link's horse. Apparently you can jump the gate too, I never knew that. This means from whenever Ingo decided Epona was the best horse in the ranch to give to Ganondorf, to moments after this scene, Epona was Ganondorf's horse. Sure, he never rode her, maybe even properly acknowledged or met her, but Epona was Ganondorf's horse, just currently under the housing of Ingo at Lon Lon Ranch. And that is the story of the brief time Epona was Ganondorf's horse. Of course, this is up to interpretation as to whether or not Epona was technically Ganondorf's horse, but this is how I interpret it, and I wanted to talk about this as I find it pretty cool. You'd never think that such an iconic steed actually belonged to the King of Evil, technically. Thanks a ton for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing for more fabulous Zelda content. What do you think of this little story? I personally find it interesting and a little bit fun. Let me know what you think, along with any other mini/smaller things you'd like to see me cover down below in the comments. Speaking of that, this smaller length video was actually inspired by the Bread Pirate. He's been doing a lot of smaller, quick videos lately, and it inspired me to find a way to discuss topics I've had noted down for a while, but never found a way for them to be quote-unquote full videos. So yeah, thanks dude for inspiring me on how to get my sort of smaller topics out there, as long as it's enjoyable. As always, a huge special thank you goes out to all of my supporters across Patreon and YouTube. If you'd like to join them and get yourself some behind the scenes looks at my work, a shout out upon joining, your name at the end of every video, and more, then consider supporting. Again, thanks for watching, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.